Okay, so hello guys, YouTube guys. Welcome back to another edition of Russell's homemade tool assembly, whatever. Try to make a nice quick video. Rotary tool, cutoff discs. Okay, so this is a 30-year-old Ryobi rotary tool. This one has the adjustable speed. It's got an on and off. It's plugged in, corded. This is not cordless, not batteries. That's off, on, and adjust the speed. I don't know if that one you have will do this. Okay. And so you can see that just spins. Spins really fast. And you can use it to sand things. You get little sanding discs. You get the wire brush there if you have clean off some corrosion and rust or whatever. Little grinding stones and whatnot. And what's probably most useful is the cutoff discs. Like come with these little lightweight ones. These are very thin, very fragile, and they're okay for light work. And if you need to in a pinch, they can be used as a cutoff disc, but they are fragile and they'll break. And I've got an example of a broken one somewhere, like right here. This is what happens. This is why you wear eye protection. Don't let anybody be too close around to you if you're using one of these things, because if it snaps, breaks, whatever, something goes flying, that would be bad news, for someone's eye. So wear glasses or eye protection when you're using one of these things. So that's the lightweight disc. These are rather fragile. I can get it in there. So anyway, the cutoff discs, these are fiber reinforced. They're stronger. These may look a little different than what you have. They may have a small hole, like this right here has a small hole. This has a larger hole. And, on the ones I have, they're made to be used with the larger mandrel. This thing right here, the mandrel, is what that screws onto. If you have the fiber reinforced cutoff disc with a small hole, they will fit onto the end of this little mandrel right here. If you look real close, let me see if I can make this thing zoom, make it focus, possibly. I don't know if I can do this. Okay, so it's not going to change focal point while recording. So if you look closely there, you see a little rubber piece between the disc and the end of the screw. That gives it a little cushion, so you're just not metal, crunching on a, crunchy disc and, smashing it onto the mandrel. So you want to keep up with the little rubber washer, and that provides cushion when you're screwing it on there. These larger ones don't. I think they have a metal washer. Yeah, it's a metal washer. It's not a rubber piece there. But these are tougher, though, so you don't need that rubber piece so much. So anyway, obviously what you're going to want to do, you take the screw out of the end of this mandrel here. I can get it to focus. Take that screw out, and you put your little disc on there, screw it down tight. Now to do that, here's where it's tough with two hands, and I need three. So here we go. So you've got this deal here. All right, right there. So this will go right in the end. Now you have different sizes of little bit holders that go in there. That one's probably, that's the right size. See there? It's the right size. You loosen this up. Lefty-loosey. Get to focus. Lefty-loosey, like that. And you stick it in there. Now if you have one of the smaller ones, get it in there all the way. Push it down all the way. And then on mine, you push down this button, and while you're pushing down on this button, what that does is keep this from turning. Like if I were to hold this down, there it is. I've got this pressed down. Now I can't turn it anymore. So while this is pressed down, you lock that, keep that from turning. Then you can tighten that collar right there. You tighten this collar right there, and that'll hold this shank in place firmly. And you can see there's flat edges. Right there's a flat edge. On the other side, there's a little flat edge. Right there, flat edge. Okay, so you know, if you really want to crank down on it, that's where the wrench comes in handy. Oh, there it is. All right, so your little wrench, that'll fit right on here. And while you got that have that button pressed in right there, you use this to tighten the collar. See, right now it turns. You hold that button in, it'll keep this from turning, so you can really tighten it on there. And so if I do that, I'll do this while I set the phone down, tighten it on there. I have glasses on, so if this thing explodes, it'll be all right, as long as it doesn't break a TV or something. Hit the power button, boom, there you go, it spins. So you use that, what you'll do, like if I wanted to grind a slot, right there where there's already a slot, you know, you just obviously, you use the edge of that disc to grind a slot, bzzz, where you want a slot. Like right there, if I wanted a slot and there wasn't a slot, I could grind a slot with that cutting wheel. Ooh-wee. Didn't intend for that to happen. So anyway, so you grind, assuming you don't want to use a broken disc, but these fiber reinforced discs are better for grinding a slot in something. They're better for that than the fragile little sand discs. So, you know, crank it on, put your safety glasses on, and very carefully, you know, hold it from the side, you know, and just go at it, and just carefully, easy, and just bzzz. Once you get it started, then you just keep going back and forth, bzzz, until you get a solid, nice, straight slot ground in where you need it. And then you can use a flathead screwdriver to remove the bolt where you ground a slot like that. So very handy, very simple, and you'll use it more than you think. Like I said, it comes with little buffing tools and grinding tools, sanding tools, all kinds of stuff. So very handy, very helpful. You can even get attachments like this right here if you need to deburr something or grind a deeper hole into something. Here's another little set. They come in very handy, you know, if you need to make a screw hole bigger, or you're installing like a little, like a door jamb, you know, you need the hole to be a little bit bigger, you know. You got to watch these things because they'll try to catch and make that thing, try to jerk it out of your hand. But so you have to be kind of careful with them. But extremely useful, extremely handy. This one I've had for 30 years, and I can't tell you how many times I've used it. So be careful. I bet that'll work just fine. Hope this helps.